Alright, greetings and salutations. My name is Comic Fire, and welcome back for more Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga. In the last episode, we made it pretty far through the, Tower of Power here. I actually forgot what it was called. But we also defeated the Tribvana, and in this episode, we're gonna get towards the end. Again, I feel like this dungeon just went on a bit longer than it had to. If you're gonna have giant towers as dungeons, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining a lot, but when I'm playing the games, I don't like to feel that it's dragging along. Anyway, these are brute Rakshasas, and they are weak to Earth. Reasonably sure they're immune to death spells, considering they've got a mastery of them. Again, don't know that for sure, but it seems likely. Generally, if someone can master a certain variety of spell, they're either immune to it or resistant to it. The only time we've ever really seen that to be not true is in this case where Surf seems to be my fire user of choice, and he's still weak to fire. And in Pokemon, where ghost spells are super effective against ghost types, and not dragon spells, or ghost spells for that matter. Ghost types are super effective against ghost types, and dragon types are super effective against dragon types. I just picked this squash out of my garden a little while ago, and it is delicious. Apparently the trick when you're harvesting squash is to get them when they're still kind of small and smooth. Because apparently they're really delicious before the seeds form, even though this one still has a lot of seeds in it. It's still really squishy and yummy. But I left this one to grow too long, and it's like disgustingly huge right now. If the county fair wasn't in 2 months, and if I believed that squash could last 2 more months, I would enter it in the county fair, but I do not believe that squash, nor the squash plant, will last any longer. It's looking kind of funky. I don't even know what's going on in that garden. Those plants are getting gigantic. I shouldn't have planted so many. Alright. So, what we're going through now is the Jack Frost quiz. He's got 100 questions, though he's only going to ask you 20 of them at a time. So I only need to run into this guy 5 times, but I don't really know how to specifically trigger it. To my knowledge, it's just random. And you get fun little rewards every time you answer a question right. So if you know the answers to it, or what I do is I have a guide in the on my internet. Tabs open for the guide. And I just Control F the question, get the answer, we're good. Now, you don't have to do this, but again, if you answer all 100 questions, in addition to getting 100 free items. I didn't remember that about poison, even though I think someone said it, but I didn't know. But if you answer all 100 questions, you trigger a super boss later in the game. Now what the super boss is, I'm not gonna say, but I do believe it's totally worth your time to do this. However, I do not believe it's worth your time to just try and guess this and get it right. I just say, pull up the guide, go wild. I'm gonna try to remember to do this at least. I'm going to post a link to the guide I'm using. So when you're playing through this, you can do well as well. Maybe I should have sped this up. I just really like the song. I'm gonna just speed it up the next time we encounter him. Unless I do it while grinding off screen. And there we go. You don't get any experience or Atma points, but hey, you just got 20 free items. Don't get greedy. But that's all this elevator had up here, some treasure, and apparently the Jack Frost quiz, but that's not it's not like in Final Fantasy where it's a spiked encounter tile. That was just chance. First Final Fantasy was really fun, actually. Really, like, buggy and glitchy, but I feel like that made it a little more charming. It's definitely like, the glitches are the reason I prefer Pokemon Red and Blue to Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. In addition to how quirky the sprites look. Like, I don't know, Fire Red and Leaf Green just feel really bland, tame, neutered. Sterile, that's the word I'm looking for. And I don't think they're fun. And now that we're level 20, we can use 8 skills. And that's where it caps out at. It's not like we're going to get 10 skills when we hit level 30. Because that would be overpowered. I wonder what is the max amount of skills an SMT game has had. If I remember correctly, it was 8 in Shin Megami Tensei 4 as well. And let's enter the door.
Hold it! I hope you've enjoyed your trip, because the fun ends here.
You guys again?
You bastards! I'm lucky to be alive. That fall could have killed me. This time it's your turn to taste fear.
You jumped off on your own!
Just shut up and die!
And second fight against the Tribvana. This time, they're a lot harder. And this was the fight that made me realize that I probably should have had Cielo the first time I played this game. This game is very, leans heavily towards putting Cielo on the squad. And that'll become even more apparent in boss fights to come. For the most part, it's the exact same fight. I had just forgotten that Ganga was immune to fire. However, they do get this skill. That because Gale had missed, I got hit by because I couldn't get a Void Elect Shield up in time. And I got really scared here because of that. Nope, dryer's done. I think they alternate turns with it, so you don't need to set up a Void Elect Shield every turn. Though the later you get into the fight, it might be a good idea to put it up every turn, because bosses in this game tend to get a little less predictable. When they get out low on health. But then, once you can keep a Void Elect Shield up, once you can keep the shield up, this fight's even easier than the first one because they're wasting their turns a lot. And then once one of them goes down, this is pretty much the same fight as before. I was stuck on this fight for a while the first time I played the game because I was too stupid to put Cielo on my team. I was like, no, I gotta have my Surf Argilla Gale core that I had in Digital Devil Saga 1. Because I gotta be a dumbass. Whatever. I think part of the reason is I didn't like this game is because I was too stubborn to change. But hey, it's going better now. And she's down. Now it's gonna be a simple fight. Of course, we're not gonna be hitting as hard because QC is still buffing up, but you know, we're still dealing 200 or so damage a turn. It's good shit. Sign me the fuck up. Alrighty, Belarus, you get another turn. Yeah, by this point you should definitely have I was not paying attention there. At this point in the game, your base level skills aren't really going to be doing anyone any kind of good. You should start, it wouldn't be a bad idea to grind here for your second tier spells. Like, I should have been hitting Ganga there with Tarazi, not just Terra. Zionga would have been nice for Cielo. And I already have Augilo, so hey, we're good. We get a rather high amount of experience, but not too much. At least everyone leveled up. And now everyone I care about can set 8 skills. And we never saw the Tribvana again. Right? I didn't really know what else to put on, so I just threw on Maypacha just to deal with any charming enemies. I'm trying to make Gale a bit of a buffer as well. Like, he's gonna be the, he's gonna be support, Cielo's gonna be healing, Surf is gonna be a magic nuke. That's the setup I want. The squash really is good, I can't stop eating it. I hope the crunching isn't getting too loud into the mic. Yeah, Audacity's picking it up a little, you can probably hear it. We are getting close to the end of the dungeon, though. The 44th floor is the last one. I really wish this guy didn't resist physical attacks, because that makes this all kinds of awkward. Oh, I didn't edit this out. That's weird. I guess I can edit that out in post. Post cereals. Stuff like Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles. You know, the really sugary cereals that have no nutritional benefits for children. My mom never let me eat those when I was younger. So now that I have a job, I went back and bought a box of every now and then I buy a box of sugar cereals just to experience it again. And I'm always disappointed because I realized that she was right. Sugar cereals are crap.
Sarah's not here. Not this again.
Heat? What are you...
So that's Heat. I wasn't expecting such hatred. What in the hell was that?
A song.
Devour her. Act like you're losing. I'll get Sarah back. We'll tear you apart, you fat freak. Hey, say something, Surf.
I won't allow that.
Wait. He's hiding something. Have you gone mad? I've made my choice!
What's wrong with you?
He has agreed to cooperate of his own free will.
Sarah!
My name is Margot Cuvier. You may call me Madame. You've already been made aware that you are just AIs that Sarah created. But unlike the others, you were all special to her. because of something unfortunate. That's why Heat is helping us.
Heat? This is just another act, right?
At this rate, you'll never be anything but marionettes. The only difference is who's controlling you.
Meaning what, exactly?
The person who's been pulling your strings is Jenna Angel, Sarah's natural parent.
Angel? She's Sarah's mother?
Her father as well, to be precise. She convinced the Lokapala to abduct Sarah so she could bring us both down. What could she be scheming?
I too have questions. What is your goal?
Mankind, because of its own foolishness, is facing total extinction. Man's insatiable greed destroyed the environment which had protected us from God's malignant data. We tried to help, but our warnings were ignored.
You mean the Cuvier syndrome? Ah, so then you altered God to purge the sinners?
That was an unfortunate accident. I want only to sow mankind's seed for the future. Otherwise, we will vanish from Earth entirely. What we need is order, and bodies that can survive in this hostile environment. Our city does have a limit after all.
So you turn everyone into demons? Just to resume living under the sun?
That's totally insane! Demons have to devour each other to survive. And if they lose control...
That is why we will exercise control. The junkyard experiment provided us with an effective demon virus. Using Sarah, mental deterioration can be prevented. And so, food supply is the only remaining concern.
That's why you farmed out Fred's buddies.
There are some organisms that deserve to live, and others that do not. In order to avoid past mistakes,
You will decide who merits life.
order will decide. A world of tuners under our control, Nirvana, is the only way to preserve mankind. Come back to us. We can ensure you will have a peaceful life, without hunger and needless killing.
One thing is clear. This place is not Nirvana. A world without sadness. Where everyone lives happily in peace. And need not fight for survival. That is Nirvana. On my honor, I vow that I will not stop fighting. You will pay for this hell!
I guess I have no choice. Heat. Delete these bugs before they disrupt our world. Sarah will be fine, as long as you're with us.
Prepare yourself. This time, we're not playing games. Do you hear me, Surf?